Hi, welcome to Language of the Spirit, Part 20. I'm Sandy Solis, prophetic novelist, author of Spirit Wings book series. So today we are talking about a lion, an ox, a man, and an eagle in flight. It's mentioned 6 times, I believe, in the Bible, mainly in Ezekiel and in Revelations 4:7. And then I'm just going to go a little pinhole look idea of what some of that might represent and how you might find your own identity in those 4. So I'm going to read Revelations 4:7 out of the ESV to start with. The first living creature like a lion, the second living creature like an ox, the third living creature with the face of a man, and the fourth living creature like an eagle in flight. And I'll read excerpt out of Ezekiel after I give a brief type and shadow of maybe what these might represent in theory, and how maybe you could find your own identity and traits within them. So first one mentioned is lion, and the idea conveyed in someone who taught this. I wish I knew where I learned it. I can't recall. To give him credit, the lion does not shy away from a fight, and the lion may represent the king of the beasts. And so, do you like the fight? Do you like warfare? I personally like warfare, but I do not like strife and contention. So, it's a mixed bag on the lion thing about shying away from a fight. But I do like spiritual warfare. When I feel God's presence during that activity, to me, that's just awesome. So it's just built into me to like the warfare. Okay, the ox, the idea conveyed is that the ox gets it done. Not necessarily just when you think of a beast of burden, which just sounds oppressive, and God says our yokes are easy and our burdens are light. Yoke is something an ox would, be familiar with. But the idea was that they have a strong will, they get it done, and they say, and often businesses, 2 to 10% of the workers are the ones actually carrying the workload. So does that relate to you? Are you a lion? Are you an ox? And the ox may represent domesticated animals. So, okay, moving on to the man. And the idea here was that the man is creative and likes to create, to reproduce, to build. And mankind, of course, refers to both genders. Adam, I believe the word is ish in Hebrew, which means mankind, not just the gender male. So when it says a righteous man, it doesn't refer to male. It refers to mankind, humans. So, yeah. That's a thing. Okay, so do you relate to that? Is that a part of you? Are you creative? Maybe you're all 3 of those in increments. Which one do you mostly relate to or identify with? Not that you say that you identify as an ox and you're going to start living like an ox. We don't want to go there. Okay, so the third one is the eagle in flight. So the eagle sees the big picture and perhaps represents the ruler over the air, the airwaves of the second heaven type thing. So yeah, those are the 4. Which one are you strongest in? Which one do you relate to the most? Which represents you the most? Fighting, getting it done, creative, seeing the big picture. Okay, so I'm going to read this to you. This is Ezekiel 1:4-14. I think this is in the ESV. And don't shy away from things that don't make sense, that like that's too deep for me. Let it come into your spirit, man, and let God reveal to you, and just explore areas of God in His mind, in His creativity, in His warfare, and in His desire to fight. He is the Lord of hosts, and He's certainly creative. Look at all of the world. And He definitely sees the big picture because He wrote it. Okay, so check this out. We're going to go through it slowly. And don't be intimidated by stuff that's all, this is just too deep. So here we go. As I looked, behold, a stormy wind came out of the north, a great cloud with brightness around it, and fire flashing forth continually. And in the midst of the fire, as it were, gleaming metal. Does this sound like a fantasy story? This would be great to be illustrated. Okay, moving on, verse 5. And from the midst of it came the likeness of 4 living creatures. And this was their appearance. They had human likeness, but each had 4 faces, okay? Each one has all 4 of these, the lion, the ox, the man, the eagle. Okay, moving on. And each of them had 4 wings. Their legs were straight, and the soles of their feet were like the soles of a calf's foot. And they sparkled like burnished bronze. Under their wings, on their 4 sides, they had human hands. And the 4 had their faces and their wings thus. Their wings touched each other. Each one of them went straight forward without turning as they went. As for the likeness of their faces, each had a human face. The 4 had the face of a lion on the right side, the 4 had the face of an ox on the left side, and the 4 had the face of an eagle. Such were their faces, and their wings were spread out above. Each creature had 2 wings, each of which touched the wing of another, while 2 covered their bodies. And each went straight forward. Wherever the Spirit, Holy Spirit, would go, they went, without turning as they went. As for the likeness of the living creatures, their appearance was like burning coals of fire, like the appearance of torches moving to and fro among the living creatures. And the fire was bright, and out of the fire went forth lightning, and the living creatures darted to and fro like the appearance of a flashing of light. So wow, that's quite a thing. I mean, I might put that in AI and see what it draws up. But usually it's pretty distorted and weird. But I might try that and send you an image of that next time. So thanks for listening, and I hope that you found something in here that is valuable to you and meaningful to your life, and to give you information and even strategies of life. Understanding who we are, why we're here, is huge. So this is Sandy Solis. Thanks for listening, and we'll see you next time.